סימן קופחפחס, הלכות נשיאת כפיים, דיני נשיאת כפיים, ואיזה דברים הפסלים בכהן. What possible Kohen that he can't duchen. He starts saying is that this is Addamo the Indian.
Samach Seifim. 60 Seifim.
Right. That's Samach because
that's how many words are in Rebbeinu Shalom.
In Yibarechacha.
Yeah, that's all.
Rebbeinu Shalom has
she should govern Savugo.
No, that's in there. That's somewhere else. But there's 60 words in the Rebbeinu Shalom, I think. No, not in the Rebbeinu Shalom.
You didn't even touch the Shalom.
Huh?
Yeah, but what's all this nonsense?
He made it fit.
I think in the Birchas Kainen, there's 60
letters.
60 letters.
60 letters could be.
Yeah. Okay, so he says is that Mitzvah Sesame in Torah, Sheyivoch HaKahanim as the soul b'chol yom. So Mitzvah says the Kahanim should bench the Yidden with a siyas kapayim, with raising their hands. So I once set up Yidrush. What's the message of the siyas kapayim? The message is, there's a lot of people that like to give brachas, but they don't want to raise their hand to help somebody. The bracha alone is not enough. You have to raise your hand to open your hand and help them. Huh?
Allein nach Finger in kalte Wasser.
Right. The emes says, by Birchas Kahanim, and I'm not a Kayan, but by Birchas Kahanim, when the Kahanim go up, so they come up and they face the Aron Kodesh. When they face the Aron Kodesh, the hands are supposed to be closed. And when they turn around, then they will open up the hand. That means when the idea is that when they turn around, they're saying, we'll give everything we can. Before they do the brachas, they're holding everything for themselves. The hand is closed. And once they turn around, they say, that's why a kohen is called the Isha Chesed, because he gives everything. Okay. That's the drusha.
Aber nur in Jerusalem wünscht man jeden Tag.
Yeah, it's not. In America, I had this Swadim.
Swadim, ja?
Yeah, my brother in Shul learned from jeden Tag.
Ja. Sie gewinnen in Kwachabad, die werden aber mehr Schkoin.
Yeah.
Die sagen, dort nach dem Amasgiach. Das ist eine feine Lied. Das hat man in Kwachabad nicht gewünscht jeden Tag. Aber als sie kommen und werden, und ich dachte, ich habe den Doktor Lapidus. Und dann will ich Menschen. Das habe ich nur gesagt, ich nicht gesagt.
Okay, so he says it's a mitzvah, shenem b'shetin posuk, kaisav baruchu, v'halunu omer. Later on it says, v'yisa Aaron es yodav, el v'yivarchem. So you see that has to do with the siyas kapayim. U'mishanosu kapayim, u'bochu pa'amachas. Once they did it one time in the day, is Yotzi Yedecha Vosm in HaTorah. V'chachomim tiknu sheyisu kapayim b'chol tefillah min ha-tefillas shebiyayim. That by every tefillah, before he said in HaTorah, it's one time is enough. So he said that Chachomim that it should be by every tefillah, and Shachas or Musaf, und der Ira. Und Mincha, the Tainus. Why? He'll soon explain that the reason by Mincha, why you don't have to, is because they ate already. So maybe comes down that they'll be shikker from drinking wine. But if it's a Mincha of Tainus, so they couldn't eat that day. So then they can do the Biras Kainim. That's why by us, even when Moshe on a Tainus, so by Mincha, B'chazos Hashatz, we say, Elkein V'kei V'seinu V'cheinu B'bracha. וגם במנחה של כל ימי השנה Roy Liyas Bon Nesias Kapayim. Really, by every mincha should have been that. Elo Shemonu Mishum Shash Shikras, because of the shah that they may not be clear-minded. Ve'ein Nesias Kapayim v'Pochas Masara. It's a davar of a kedusha. No, you have to have a minyan. She'im hoya asara kisheschila shliat tziva yudches. If there was a minyan when the chazan started the chazaras hashatz, ve'achakach yotzu mikzosim, and then some people went out in between. But also when they come out to the Sis Kapayim, there's no minyan left. Alpa pishu goyim ekol atfilah, even though it has nothing to do with chazaras hashatz. In other words, if a chazan started chazaras hashatz, and he started with a minyan, and in the middle someone out, he continues. He's going to say, there's no minyan, it doesn't matter. He started with a minyan, so he can continue. But he can't go on to chazaras hashatz. He can't go on to the Sis Kapayim. Even though he started, and even though in the middle he doesn't have a minyan, and he still is going to finish the chazaras hashatz, but he can't do the Sis Kapayim. Alpha Bishu Gaim call it for it. Ain't showing the Sis Kapayim. There's no Sis Kapayim. Why not? Shemitzvus asay b'pnei atzmahi. It has nothing to do with the davening. Elish kavua chachamim v'tfilah. So Balda has nothing to do with the davening. So the davening the davening rebellion started with a minyan. Even though you don't have a minyan, you can continue. You can even say kaddish after Shmoneh Esrei. But the Sis Kapayim is a separate thing. Avo im hoya asara kisheschila kahanim v'varech. If when they started Yivarechacha, there was a minyan, and in the middle somebody went out, so does that mean you have to stop? He said no. They finished their bracha. But you have to have that should remain a rive of the minyan should be there. And when you count 10, it doesn't mean that you have to have 10 besides the kahanim. The kahanim are part of the 10. The kahanim are the ones that are giving the brachas. So why do they count? So right away he explains it. Why? V'kahanim oivim minyan asara. Oiroi v'asara. U'bishagam heim b'kara bracha. Not only are they giving the bracha, but they're also receiving a bracha. Because Shenem shouldn't pasuk b'aniyah barachem. And he touches up, what's such aniyah barachem u'kahanim? Because in the Gemara, there's two pshatim of aniyah barachem. In the one pshat in the Gemara, aniyah barachem means that they are maskim to the brachas. So kommt das that the brachas to the Yisraelim. And another pshat is aniyah barachem u'kahanim. That they're benching the people, so maybe I will bench. And both things are emes. Afilu tes kahanim v'yisrael echad. Even if the whole minyan is 9 kahanim and 1 yisrael, so it looks a little bit strange over here. So he says, "V'vochem oisai." So they bench that one yid. The 9 kahanim bench that one yid. Shabichas kahanim member b'lashon yachad yuvarechacha. You don't need more than one. You have to have a minyan in order to give it, to give the bracha. But even if it's one that's getting it, then it fits in with bichas kahanim.
Mashma, if it would be only koyanim, then
No, lady says.
There's a din about that. What happens if it's only
It
kahanim?
says people in the field. It says talks about people not in shul. You could have 10 people and you do the opening anyway.
We're going about it in Gemara Saitan.
Yeah.
Now he says.
Or ask who you benching. Just say they bench the people.
Now he's saying it didn't like this. Zor shenosas kapov. a Yisrael goes up to the Duchen, what is the din over here? Afilu im hakahanim.
Together with them.
So l'chayra, he's not taking away anything from them, but he doesn't belong there. So the din is oiver be'esa. He's over on an esa. Why? Because shenemer shtei daber al Aaron vel bon of lema kais tabachas b'nei Yisrael v'loi zorim v'rav habo mekal esa. We have a rule that when Torah tells you a certain thing, and not doing it is against what the Torah says. They're called the Rav habo mekal esa. The Torah tells all about who should bench. It doesn't tell who should not bench, but it's automatically that it says D should bench means the others are excluded from benching. So that's called a Rav habo mekal esa, has a din of a esa. So we're saying that if a Zor went up to the Duchen, so he's over on the esa.
Should we check that maybe some Kohanim are not?
I can't hear what you're saying.
Also, we have to do a background check on the Kohanim.
Could be some Kohanim are not Kohanim. Their father told them they're Kohanim, but they're not. Should we check before?
It's not. There's not for the void in the Beis Hamikdash. They had a background check, but for a kohen that goes up and says he's a kohen, he's allowed to go up.
He has a chesed kashrus. He's a Kohen.
But the famous, I always say that the Moshe Feinstein in his psukim gave a present to America. That one of the things is that he saved America from Amzadis. How did he save America from Amzadis? Because he came out and said that a conservative rabbi, his Kedusha is no Kedusha. So it becomes a problem. What happens with Moshe, let's say, a man and woman got married, and then things don't work out, so you need a get, right? And the husband is making trouble, he doesn't want to give a get, and so the wife says, oh, the heck with it, I'm going to get married, I'm not going to sit and wait till he changes his mind.
Till he gets a Hebrew get.
Then they have children, so she's an Ashes Ish, right? If she's an Ashes Ish, this is. Hello. Goodbye.
Hello?
Yeah. Goodbye. So the children are Mamzerim, right? Comes along and Moshe Feinstein says, but how did they get married? They got married by a conservative rabbi, or by a reform rabbi. So the Kedushin is no Kedushin. If the Kedushin is no Kedushin, then you don't need no get. It's not an Ashes Ish. It's a Penuya Shezinsa. It's a single person that was.
So the child is
that's one thing of his famous psukim. Another thing is, a lot of times, especially in America, Heipschon and Maisa with a kohen and a grusha. Could he marry a grusha? Or could he marry, let's say, a girl, let's say, that had relation before the marriage with a guy? It was on the college campus. On the college campus, they become friendly and they had relations. So she has a din of a zayna. And a zayna can't marry a kohen. So how do you handle that? So what he used to do was he used to puzzle the kahuna. How does Yena know that he's a kohen? Who told him he's a kohen? His father told him. The father was not a Shem Shabbos. What does the father know? We don't trust the father. Is it Eis Kohen? And Eis Kohen, she's not a Zayna. But that's the present that the Moshe gave America. So, okay, let's get back over here. Now he says there's a Kol Kohen, she'ein boi echad mehadvorim hama'akvim, sheyisboyer. Later on, he's going to tell you a lot of things that hold back a kohen that he can't duchen. Im loy ola leduchen, if he didn't go back up, they use always the expression ola leduchen, because it's like over here, like you go up over here to the bimah. So it's always usually the Aron Kodesh was higher up, you know. The Chazan used to daven lower down. I saw shuls in Sfas, I saw that where the Chazan goes down a few steps to the Amid. So he said, Im le'ola l'duchen, apa pisha bittul mitzvah esa. He was mevata a mitzvah esa because he didn't go up to duchen. Hareze over begimel asay. So he's over in 3 esa, and he counts each one of the brachas is the bracha mishuleshes. So each one is a separate esa. And Kaisa Baruch Hu, and Molahem, and V'samua Shemi. But he says, V'hu sheyiyeh b'beis HaKnesses k'sheshora ha'shliat tziva kahanim. At the time when the shliat tziva screamed out the word kahanim, he was in shul, and he didn't go up. So he's over. Oy in echad mishara amaloi la'alois, oy rito yodo. They announced the kahanim, go wash your hands, you know. Or someone said, you know, we're coming to Bilas Kainim. Get up there. Shenem armogahem umetagaminim katsem elohim katsem when you will tell them. The im rav einem mechuyev kal litza eskabov im Elohim reitza. That's only if there was a call for the kahanim, or you were told to go and you didn't go, then you're over. V'hu she'oka ragav ba'avoda lalos l'duchen. In other words, he started going up and then he decided he's not going. Avo imloy oka ragav ba'avoda, if he didn't make a move, by the say he didn't make a move towards going up. Shuv eina oila afil hoiva b'beis HaKnesses k'shekaru kahanim. If he didn't make a move to go up, then he can't go up. That when you're called, you have to, like if you miss the boat, you know. They say we're closing the door, you know. Afil amrullah is k'moshe yizbar u'mekamakom im amrullah kaidam avoda chayivu laka ragav ma'avoda shalav agim asa. If they told him beforehand, then he has no excuse. But if they didn't tell him beforehand and he didn't go, so he missed the call.
So in other words,
What
what if they told him before Aveda, and he was not Ikeragel Aveda?
What they told him, if they told him, he has to go. V'afim le'omru le'kaidem avoda, elo sheyedeya sheyikra shas kahanim, yisaruchu laka rago b'avoda, shelo yigrem sheyebuto mitzvahs asay shel Torah, not to be guided by not going up basis. He's mevatel mitzvahs. Sharei birchas avoda v'chol atfilah hu midiv v'sofim u'nesiz kapayim. He min a Torah, so maybe that's more chomo. Hello, sheyesh kol b'yad chachamim rak l'daber Torah b'sheiv al tasa, v'hein manu min siyas kapayim. You're saying it's a Torah dikazach, but we have a call. The chachamim wanted that the kohen should like run to Birchas Kahanim, and if you don't run to Birchas, if you're not interested, then stay where you are. We'll do without you. So why should they stop? So he says there's a Gemara that Yesh Koich B'Yad Chachamim Rak Adav Min HaTorah B'Sheiv Al Tasa. In other words, the Torah can't, the Chachamim can't say do something against the Torah. But the Torah, the Chachamim could say don't do anything. If you're not going to do anything, that's a different problem. If Yam Hamzah Koyach. Because it's not an actual, it's not a Kum Vasei, but it's a Shei Bal Tasa. Ella, Sheyesh Koyach B'yat Chacham, Gak Adom V'Torah Shei Bal Tasa. V'heim Manu Min Asir Kapayim. And they're saying, if you don't, it doesn't mean enough to you to run up there, then we'll do without you. Koshrei Okaraga, Bebrichas Abayda, Alpha B'Shekayren Oisei B'Oimim Galos, Im Ken Gatchila, Ein Rigrim Rak Adopim Ma'atayr, Lefira Kol Koyin Shu Cholosh, Ve'ein Reitza Risa Kapov, a Koyin who's weak, and he doesn't want to go, it's difficult for him. Loi Dairoi Shrayaka Ragov, it's not enough that he didn't go, but there was a potter. No, that's not enough. Ella Tzara Hu Shrayia Bebeis HaKnesses, and it has to leave the shul in order that he shouldn't be that he's not going, because otherwise then the Chacham will say we don't need you. So in order that the Chacham shouldn't expel him from it, he has to leave the shul beforehand. Okay.
Benjamin Katz is the Kohen.
No.
He came one time by the Rebbe. I think it was Matzoi after Pesach it was. So he came with his father. The Rebbe said to his father, "Komm jetzt zum Yontif, es damals geduchend." So he said, "Nee, ich gewinne in Chicago, ich gewinne sehr schwere Wetter und ich habe nicht gefahren, ich habe nicht gegangen in die Schule." So he said, "Aber jetzt gewinne der letzte Tag von Pesach, was damals der Jemot geduchend." So he said, "No, I didn't duchen." He said, "Why?" He said, "My son Binyamin told me not to duchen." So the Rebbe turned to Binyamin and he said, "One of them said us." So he gave the Rebbe a mocker. He gave him a mocker from where? The Rebbe said to him, "Vunach." He gave him another mocker. He said, "Vunach." He gave him another mocker. So Binyamin had understood that the Rebbe doesn't want him to, he's not testing him. So he told his father, "The Rebbe wants you to bench the Rebbe now. Give the Rebbe B'chas Kohanim." So he said, "No, I like this conversation that's going on. You know, if I had my son, they said, no, give the Rebbe bracha." So he said the bracha to the Rebbe. He said later, his father said that he lives in Miami. He said in those days in Miami, it was difficult to get Chalav Yisrael, but he used to get a delivery of Chalav Yisrael, and he had it in a freezer in his house. And then he made a minyan in his house. The old man, Katz. He had a minyan in his house. After davening,
his father was a brother to Yankel Katz.
Right. So he said after davening, the people would come to get the milk. They came to buy the milk. I don't know exactly what the Seder was over there. That's the way Binyamin told us once. So he used to tell them, get Ravash. He used to give them breakfast. After davening, he served them breakfast.
During the weekday?
Yeah, during the week. He said by benching, he made each one, if they wanted to get milk, they had to say, they were from the people and they didn't want to do it. But he used to force them, to say it. Yaman said that he knew that my father did that, that's why he wanted him to give the bracha now. Because he used to make all those people say,
You see from the video, the Rebbe was gewollt, that's why I saw.
Der Rebbe
gewollt haben, so Menschen beschädigen.
Kann sein.
Er hat gedankt ihnen mal auf, in der Zisroel, was dankt was hat in Sinnen, verschiedene,
It was not a simple thing, Brachas Kohanim. Especially by us, where it's not Brachas Kohanim that often.
There's a whole conversation that the Rebbe had with Sher Yoshev Kohen, who was a Rav in Tel Aviv.
Sher Yoshev, yeah.
A ganze Sache wegen something about that had gewollt haben soll gestorben, and the Rebbe said.
Well, maybe he's right then, because he said that at the beginning he said that the Rebbe
told him,
yeah, so it's very possible.
It seems like the Rebbe wanted it.
Ich denke, als gefragt dem Rebbe, nicht der Rebbe hat ihm gesagt.
Okay,
aber der Rebbe also es ist Chabad,
I think the Rebbe said that if I had the strength, He would institute it in America also.
Oh, really? Wow.
I think so. I think there was such a
I once heard something like that, yeah. Birchas Kohen is not a simple thing. Yeah.